you so much, Barbara, and everybody else for doing this wonderful project. I don't think I would have written much of any of this if it wasn't for the project. And I have always wanted to. And ever since I was a kid, I wanted to write a story of one of my loyalist ancestors. My grandparents are from Canada, where the loyalists are all heroes. They're founders, and there are a lot of genealogical societies and tributes to them. So that's a different perspective on it. And after I wrote a lot about my loyalist ancestors, I thought, well, let me find some patriot ancestors for my wonderful and patient partner. So I went looking for those last month, and I found a guy, Isaac Williamson, who fought in the Battle of Sullivan's Island in Charleston, South Carolina. And as I was looking at that, I saw that there is a group of reenactors. Thought, well, that would be fun to go to a reenactment and see them. And so I looked it up, and the anniversary of the battle is on June 28th. And then I looked at it and I realized that it was fought on June 28th, 1776. So it's actually the 250th anniversary reenactment. And so I said to my partner, we have to go. Your ancestor fought in this battle. We have to go see where it was. And, we have to go tomorrow. So, so we packed everything up and we drove to South Carolina, which is a 6-hour trip for us. We live in Virginia, and they have built a fort, a replica fort. The fort, when the British attacked, or when the British were planning on attacking, they decided it would be necessary to build a fort. So they just built one as quickly as they could out of whatever happened to be there. And whatever happened to be there was palmetto trees and sand. So apparently they didn't realize that palmetto trees are actually spongy. And when the British cannonballs hit the fort, instead of shattering as anyone would have expected, the palmetto logs absorbed the impact, and some of the cannonballs actually bounced off. So the British put a lot of firepower into this battle, and they got nothing out of it. Meanwhile, the Americans, it's a real underdog story. The fort was only like halfway built. It didn't even have a back. They had very little gunpowder in comparison, like 1/10 of what the British had. So they had to make every shot count. And every shot did count, and they knocked holes in the British ships, and they knocked the masts over. And the British, who didn't know the harbor, some of their ships ran aground and they were completely useless. And in one spot, the British thought they could wade across, but it turned out to be 7 feet deep. So it was a comedy of errors on the British side and a lot of luck on the American side. And the battle was credited with keeping the Americans in the war, because it was a big victory. It was right there in 1776, right a couple of days before the Declaration was signed. And so it gave a big boost of morale to the American side. And it really told the British, this is not just some little tiny rebellion that you're going to quash easily. This is an actual war that you're in. So we had a lot of fun there. He got to pose with some reenactors and try on the uniform, and that was just an incredible experience to have that fall right in the middle of all this.
Mm. What an incredible story to pluck out to tell from among your collection, and yet to do that without power over a cell connection. So bravo for channeling your ancestors and making the story
Yes.
happen.